Koskoski, athlete, basketball, and baseball, Ringgold High School.
Thank you, everybody. DJ won't have to worry about me. When I was in college, speech class was the hardest class for me to go through. I registered for like 3 or 4 times, and each time I went to my first class, and the second class was my turn to give a speech, and I just quit going to class. So I had to register for that class 3 or 4 times, and my teammates were saying, Skip, you know, you can get an A or a B. And you believe me, you need an A or a B. So finally, my senior year, I had no choice but to take the class, and it came out all right. I think I got a B out of it, so it worked out good for me. Before I introduce my family here, I'd like to talk about my parents for a second. Either one's no longer here, but I'd like to talk about my mother. You know, like most families, she was our backbone of our family. She had home-cooked meals for us every day, and my sister, she still does that to this day. So I also have her family around the table together, and I think it's very important for families to get to know each other. And my father was a steel worker. He worked 3 shifts, and he preached to me when I was a young kid, you don't want to end up like me, you want to go to college. So the time I was in the 6th grade, my goal was to get a basketball scholarship so my dad wouldn't have to pay for my education. And he took me to the ball field every day or to the gym every day, whatever it took for me to get where I wanted to go. One time, after my 6th grade, I came home and he told me, he said, Bubba, that was my name, Bubba. He says, this is your last year, you're gonna graduate when you're 17 years old. He said, we could hold you back 1 year. He said, this way, when you're a senior in high school, you'll be 18 years old, you'll be bigger and stronger, you might be able to get that scholarship that you want. He said, but you make the decision, you think about it, and you let me know. So I thought about it for a day or 2, and I came back to him, I said, Dad, I can't. I says, you realize if I go back to the 6th grade, how many people are gonna tease me, make fun of me, like I flunked the grade. I said, I can't go back. He says, okay, you know, whatever you wanna do. So the next day, he came up and gave me another alternative. He says, well, why don't you go to St. Philip's, which was a Catholic school in the north for 1 year. He said, and then we'll put you back in the public school. So I thought about it, and I said, you know what, Dad, I think that's what I wanna do. So I think, you know, they had a lot for me to do to get that scholarship. So I always did thank him. I have my family here, my sister Edie, her husband Andy, and my 2 nieces, Katie and Andrea. I'm glad you guys are here. I love all you guys. My girlfriend Clary's here. It's been the best 20 years of my life, Clary, being with you. I have my college basketball coach is here also. I'm very proud that he's here, took the time to come. Matt Fajanic, Matt, could you give us a wave? Matt is the pride of Rankin. You know, and I was just looking at our picture I have on my wall of our first NCAA team, and we have 16 guys in uniform. And I don't know if Matt realizes this, but out of those 16, 10 of those players are from the WPIL. And you know, that doesn't happen too often anymore. You know, recruiting's out of state, and you know, but Matt had a knack for recruiting, and that's why we were so successful. Because we was all from Western Pennsylvania, and we knew what hard work would do. And I can remember when I signed my letter of intent, my dad told Matt, he said, you gotta promise me one thing. I'm thinking to myself, Dad, you don't have to ask Matt for any playing time, because I plan on getting it myself. And my dad told Matt, I want you to promise me that my son's gonna get his college degree. And Matt made that promise to him, and to this day, I want to thank Matt, because without Matt and my dad, I probably wouldn't have got a college degree. Because in high school, I was ahead of my class in high school. You know, I wasn't the class president. I was more like the class clown. And so I've come a long ways, and I really want to thank Coach Matt. And to this day, he keeps all of us guys from Raw Morse together. You know, we chat online. We try to get together a few times at a basketball game with Robert Morris. So I really want to thank Matt from the bottom of my heart. John and all the committee, thank you for honoring all of us guys here. I really appreciate that, and I'll never forget this day. And thank you all. Have a good night. Thank you.